Yo, what is good, Buckeye Nation? Welcome back to the Game Podcast with your boy MB. And today we're going to be talking about Ryan Day. Now, I kind of already talked about Ryan Day in my first ever video I made, but I want to get a little bit more in detail. And I want to talk about how I support him. And I'm a Ryan Day supporter, right? I just want to bring, context up, about Ryan Day, right? And it seems to be a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a fraction of Ohio State fans that don't believe in Ryan Day. And maybe I can convince them to, let go of some of the, unreasonable hate towards him. And I understand why people are frustrated, losing to Michigan twice, and those are unacceptable, things. Unacceptable. There's you'll never get an argument, out of me about those losses. Those were unacceptable. Two really bad losses. They got blown out, and I understand that. But I want to bring some. I just want to bring some, context about Ryan Day, right? I want to just bring some surety about Ryan Day, right? And we have to understand that, Ryan Day is a very young coach, right? And he's never coached, this is his first time head coach. And I just want people to understand that there's going to be, weaknesses, with Ryan Day, right? Especially if you're a young coach, right? He never had the luxury of going through the process, coaching at a small school and coaching up and proving that he could win, right? And a lot of people love Urban Meyer, right? And they always bring up, well, why? How can Urban Meyer win all these championships? And how can with the same talent? How come Ryan Day can't do it with the same talent or even better? You have to understand that the difference between Urban Meyer and Ryan Day, that Urban Meyer already proved that he could win it somewhere else. He went through the process, and this is something kind of I think a lot of people have to understand with this new era, right? Back then, you couldn't just you couldn't have keys to a big time school like that. You had to show that you could prove. You had to show that you could coach, that you could win somewhere else. You had to go and prove that you could win somewhere else. And that's what Urban Meyer did, right? He went to Bowling Green. He proved that he could win. I think he actually broke the record or something like that in Bowling Green. He goes to Utah. They have the first undefeated season, I think. And then he goes to Florida, wins 2 national championships. So he's already proven to be a great head coach, right? And he had experience, and that's what I want to get into, right? And I watched a video with Josh Pate with the show, and he talked about Ryan Day. He pretty much explains everything that I'm gonna explain, that we shouldn't judge him right now, right? And we should not judge him right now for who he is right now. I just don't understand why we have short-term memory, and there's literally been examples of coaches that struggled winning the big games, and they figure things out, and now they're winning, right? Kirby Smart, right? Back 2-3 years ago, there were legitimate questions. Could Kirby Smart win the big game, or he can't? And there were certain fans that said he couldn't win. He can't win the big game. But guess what? He figured things out, and now he's a 2-time national championship coach. Why can't we not give Ryan Day that time to figure things out? And my thing is this: I don't understand the fraction of the people that think that say he's not the guy. To me, that makes no sense, right? I don't get how you can go and look at what he's done, at his record, and say he's not the guy. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The things that the things that he's done with this team. Yes, I understand that he hasn't won, but he's done an extremely great job. He's 45-6 with this team, and I understand. I get it. He's been a 3 out of 4 playoffs. He's gotten super close. He had a close game with Georgia, and then they didn't win it. Of course, he got blown out by Bama, but he has proven that he can. He's also proven that he can. He's willing to change, right? I mean, now we 2-3 months ago we found out that he's going to give up play calling. He's going to give it to Brian Hartline, and there's a lot of coaches out here that are not willing to change, right? At least he's willing to make drastic changes, right? So let's go back a few years. The first time he was announced the job, right? So he fires Greg Schiano. He brings in I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, but the guy who's coaching Boston College. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. He brings him in. He fires him. Right? The defense was trash in 2018. Fires him, brings the guy from Boston College, right? And they become the number 3. They become the number 3 defense. And I understand that was Urban Meyer's team. I know a lot of detractors are going to say that, but hey, they were trash. And then he brings in a new younger face, and they become a number 3 team. 2021, right? Defense was trash. Literally in the second game, he goes and demotes Kerry Combs. And then after that, forced disappointing season, he fires the whole staff. There's a lot of coaches right now that are coaching right now that have not made those type of drastic changes. Right? We can look at example like a Lincoln Riley, right? Everybody loves Lincoln Riley. And look at his defense. Look at his defenses, right? With Alex Grinch. For 6 years, the defense has been trash. No changes. But at least Ryan Day is willing to make those changes. Now, they might not work. It might not work out. It very well be that it might not work out. Jim Knowles might not be the guy. Hopefully that's not the case. I do believe in Jim Knowles. I think he's going to be a great defensive coordinator, but he's going to have to figure it out. But it might not work. But he's willing to make the changes. There's not a lot of coaches that are willing to make those drastic changes like that. Right? Now, what was I going to say? So I just feel like we should. Oh yeah, also the transfer portal, right? He used and Josh Pate talked about it too, right? Literally a year ago he refused to go in the transfer portal, but now look now we have seven guys in the we took him from the transfer portal. He's changing his mind about those things. At least, and this is what I'm trying to say, right? At least he's trying to be more open about things, right? He's willing to change these things, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like we need to give him time to figure things out. Let him figure things out. This guy, I feel like he really has all the makings of being a great coach. But we have to let him figure things out. And that's all I'm trying to say. All I really want to say. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, subscribe. All right, guys, I'm out.